Recording in progress.
Hey guys, what are we waiting for? I think we have behind the schedule already. I feel like starting now is the best thing you guys can do.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And for the Kakak educator, I'm so sorry. And for the first participants, we are so sorry. That we have a time for sending all other participants from participants number 2 until number 10 in the breakout room. For the first participants, Taisha, you have time to recheck your camera and the microphone before you start your performance. Okay.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, crystal clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to start the story in 3, 2, 1. Oh, the rain had been pouring for hours, turning this dirt road into a muddy mess. It got into my boot. It's cold in here. I'm freezing. It's been a while. I can't even remember that I've seen the warmth of home. It's already far behind me, along with the laughter, the memories, and everything that once was right. Ever since Aiden disappeared, my house wasn't really my home anymore. Oh, sorry, I forgot about you there. Hi guys, I'm Lila. Oh, anyway, have you seen this person anywhere? No? I'm trying to find my brother. Well, Aiden was not only my brother, he's my best friend and yeah, my home because we only have each other. We shared everything from fears to dreams. But one night, suddenly, he just gone. Can you believe the person you love the most suddenly just vanished from the earth? Yes, no note, no goodbye. And everyone in town had been searching for him. But after days turned into weeks, they just lost hope. But I just couldn't. There's just something inside of me that I know he's somewhere out there waiting for me. And that was until one night when I was just cleaning his room. that I found something. A note. And I recognize that it's my mother handwriting. A cryptic message talking about a place where our ancestor used to go to. It's written here by the lake under the stars. It sounds a little cliche to me, but my prediction is Aiden was going to find this so-called place. So that's exactly what I did. I packed my bags. Note, check. Worn out map, check. And last but not least, a pen. Aiden's favorite pen. A silver old pen that my mother gave him when he first learned how to write. And basically, that's the reason why I'm right here right now in the middle of nowhere in the deep forest. I really miss him. Every night I would just look up into the sky and tracing the constellation just like we used to, in hope that wherever he's at the same sky as me, even the stars have different story. Now I really miss him. Okay, that's a little embarrassing. Back to the story. Days passed, and the hope that once I have strongly, now it's just flickering away like a weak light. And now I've gone to the path that becomes more treacherous every day, and nights that were colder every night. When suddenly a disaster happened, when I was just crossing a slippery stream, suddenly when I hopped from one rock to another rock, I slipped and lost my balance. I panicked and grabbed onto something, but that was too late because my bag fell down to the stream, swept down the stream. Everything was gone. I tried to chase it, but the stream twisted and turned and all of my stuff was gone. But the worst part is Aiden's favorite pen was also gone. No, that's the last connection I have of him. Now I don't know what I should do. I know it sounds silly that I rely on a single object to guide me to Aiden, but that's the only thing I have. It felt just like I lost him all over again. I don't know what I should do. Do you guys know what to do? Oh no, I'm panicking. Tears filling up my eyes, and suddenly I saw something over there. Can you guys see it? There, near the trees. There's a flickering light. I thought I was just imagining stuff because I'm getting the Lulu, but when I wiped my eyes, the light's still there. Because of my curiosity and my desperation, I ran toward it. And do you guys know what did I found? A journal under the leaves. And it's not just any journal. My heart froze when I realized it was Aiden's. As I flipped through the familiar pages, I realized that he had been written all of his journey in this journal, the places he had been, the people he had met. But the last entry got my heart race. I lost my pen. And I thought it would be the end of my journey. But I think it's a sign because there's something more to this place than I can see. And Lila, if you see this, you're not far. I'll be waiting for you in the lake where the stars shine the brightest. I froze. Wait. Aiden lost his pen just like I did, and he left his journal because he knew I was coming. But where should I meet him? What lake? You know what he's talking about? Do you guys know what he's talking about? Okay, come on, Layla, think. Suddenly, a memories flashed through me. I remember our childhood favorite spot. Well, that's a lake. That's a start. The journal gave me more motivation and hope to find my brother. So I quickly went to the place just based on my memories. And thankfully, I didn't get lost and really got into the lake. Well, the lake was what it used to be. Calm, huge, shimmering under the moonlight. And I scanned the shore trying to find my brother. Oh, that's it! Sitting by the edge of the water. I quickly ran to him and threw my arms around him again. And it's when finally I feel whole again. Then, as we sat under the stars, I realized that the pen was a symbol. It reminded me of Aiden, but that's not what connected us. The thing that made me find him is our love and bond that we share. And that could never be lost. It may sound silly that now I believe in miracle and destiny, but I think you guys should think about it, right? After all, he is my home and will always be. And shoo, now I'm trying to enjoy the moment with him. Bye. See you in the next journey. Thank you.
All right. Thank you to Kaisha for your great performance. Okay, after this, we are going to continue to the next session, which is the personal feedback and Q&A session, yeah, that I will give it to the educators for kakak-kakak. Dan isin, Kak.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go first. So, Calvin and also Calvin and also Alex, is it okay if we like divide, like not to make the time taken too much, like 2 for this adjudicator and then 2, I mean, for each participant there will be 2 adjudicator commenting, so there won't be more time taken. Is it okay? Okay, so I think I'm going to start. Hi Kaisha. How do you feel after your performance?
Really, finally.
Relief, yeah, okay. So I think there are 2 aspects that I want to commend. Well, I don't want to say commend. Maybe I'm giving you more of a suggestions. So the first thing is, this is a wonderful story, like very, very good. The flow is very nice, and then also I could get the message, but somehow in terms of the story, you add up several elements that I think for the people who just listening to your story and not really, really paying attention, they will get lost in the middle. For example, at first you are mentioning about the notebook, and then second you mentioning about the lake. There are actually a term that related to both of them, right? But then when people just casually listening and not really, really pay attention, they will just suddenly lost it, because the aspects that you put on your story is like kind of too much, perhaps like more than 3, more than 4. People will easily get distracted from that, and they will easily lose their concentration as well. I actually wanted to highlight the ending of your story. You can actually deliver the message very well, and then how would the main character think about meeting his lost best friend, and then you ended up enjoying it. I really like that. But somehow during the delivery, you spend too much time on I'd like to say adding some more emotion to the aspect that is not really that important to your story. So it's kind of like too much in some ways, but it is still good. Perhaps next time you could put yourself in the or put your story in the more like dividable pace, or like dividable atmosphere, so people will like, oh, the tense is up, oh, the tense is down, like that. And then for the technique, I'd like to say you have quite a great pronunciation. Most of your story can be understood because your pronunciation is clear, and then some of your voices is also okay. I mean, online competition is always about the device as well, right? So yeah, I think your performance is great. But at the other point, I would like to highlight your pacing. Pacing, when you're talking, sometimes you just have to stop. That it will make the audience feel more engaged, feel more curious about your story. And for today, you're actually like do it all together and not giving us, the audience, some attention or like some stop point to break and then to breathe. Yeah, that thing. Perhaps this suggestion might be beneficial for your next performance. And I think you did a very good job in this final. So you could pat yourself. Like you did a very good job. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Hopefully your great performance today will bring you the prize or like the champion thing today. So once again, congratulations, Kaisha, and good luck. So
Kak.
yes, go to the next adjudicator. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak.
Okay, let me go. Hey, congratulations for making it to the finals. I would like to add on some of the comments by Kak Gigi. So yeah, I think it's very important for you to kind of pause so you know so the audience know the response that they would like to give. Because if it's just one full, it will be boring. Will be, like people will not really understand or get the feeling behind what you are telling to the audience. My only issue with you is like the writing. I think, well, in story writing, there's a term called Deus ex machina, where it is considered like an abrupt ending when everything in the story is coincidental, when it's easy, which is kind of a lazy writing. So I think like during the middle to the ending, like you get stuck to that kind of Deus ex machina, where suddenly this person finds like a book, or like suddenly then this person finds the brother, so it's very important for you to kind of just to give like foreshadowing, to build plans, to give setups, so it's not like suddenly, so it's not like coincidentally or abruptly, because it's very easy for writers, when they do not know how to imagine something, or just to put like, or to write stories, then they would like throw it in your face, like all of a sudden, like suddenly there's a book, suddenly there's this thing happening. So I think it's very important for you for the next performances, so you will not be stuck in that kind of methods. You have to find a smooth foreshadowing, smooth ways to write, so that it will not be, the pace will not be like, oh, like it's very fast from the middle to the ending. I think that's all for me. But overall performance is good. Just the story, it needs a stronger, stronger plots, I think. Thank you, Kaisha.
Thank you, Kak.
So I also invite Kelvin. Perhaps I think it will be very beneficial for all the participants to hear the feedbacks from three adjudicators. So yeah, Kak Kelvin, would you please? Yeah, the stage is yours.
Okay. Probably it's going to be the screen is mine because we don't have any stage. Anyway. Okay. Hi, Kisha.
Halo, Kak.
Could you remind me again what was your story in preliminary?
My story is wait, I forgot. I forgot. Wait.
Yeah, which one was you?
Oh, you forgot your own story? Wow, that's
Wait, which one was she at? Which
questioning.
one was you?
I'm the one who plays the ukulele in the beginning of the story.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. I think because you're the only participant who play instrument on the preliminary. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to add up just a small notes here because I think all of the feedback that I would like to keep already mentioned by Kagi and also Kak Alex. So I think in a story, especially like storytelling, I think it's better for you to differentiate between performances of drama and also telling a story, because the idea of telling a story that you can deliver your story well and let your audience imagine those words that you are delivered, right? That you are mentioning to them. So I would like to see you making less of a dialogue and then creating more narration. Because when, just example, if you are telling a story with your friends, you will going through more details rather than reenactment of the scene, right? Uh, and that's like the idea of this is that first you can get through all the details in like very vivid way that you are describing things, describing the emotion, describing the scene to your audience. That's first. And the second of all, making less dialogue or making more narration also will make you connect more to the audience. Just like what Kak Gigi and also Kak Alex has mentioned earlier, that when you're like too busy with yourself, because you are making more dialogues and then you reenact more rather than connecting to your audiences. Because the idea of storytelling is still delivering story and then connecting to your audience. I hope that in the next performance you could try to implement those more. I think that's all for me.
Thank you, Kak.
Okay. I think the personal feedback and Q&A session for Kak Kaisha is already done. Thank you for the amazing insight and personal feedback for the first participants. Okay, to Kak Kaisha, you can go back to the classroom, ya Kak. We will meet again after all participants' performance are over. Okay. Okay, wait a minute, ya Kak.
And we can actually ask them questions.
Yes, Kak, bisa.
Okay then. Anan, ini udah keluar belum questionnya?
Raisanya udah keluar, tapi the second participant is already here.
Okay, so for the comedy, could you please like mention the 3 words given before they start the performances? So like, just to remind us, like what are the words?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah. So please do mention the 3 words.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
look, it's
you.
green.
Which one? Which one is green?
The green one. Look at that. He's turning into Shrek.
Whoa, hold on, I can't see it.
Look at
He
that.
Oh,
he
right.
is turning into the Grinch.
Okay,
The
now it's
Grinch. No, he's turning into the green screen.
And he is
right,
the
right.
blessing from the heaven.
I know, right? I was I was about to ask that. I'll ask about that later.
Hello everyone. My name is Blessing from Heaven, and today I will tell you. But before that, my 3 word is garden, escape, and ball. Oh, it's my turn. Oh, all right. Well, let me just. Hello everyone. I'm a green giant from Central Java. I'd like to tell you the story of Timun Mas. Actually, I live in peace in my cave until those humans met me. That day, a woman named Bostrini came to my cave to ask for a child. Well, it's an easy task, and she looked desperate. So I granted her wish, but within one condition. When this cucumber seed, you'll grow a baby. If you're sincere, I'll let you take care of the child for 17 years. But after that, you have to return that child to me. Well, thank you very much, Green Giant. Thank you for being pregnant for me. What? Who's pregnant? I told you, plant those cucumber seeds. I see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm old. I have short memory. That old lady. She played and took care of the seed really well in her garden. She take to the garden. The magical seed grew faster and bigger than the others. After it was ripe, she sliced it really carefully, and there was a beautiful baby. I heard She named the baby Timun Mas. A good name. It sounds like delicious. And years passed by. After 17 years, I will, I will eat, I will eat Timun Mas. So I went to both Srini hut. Hey, where is Timun Mas? You promised me to return her to me. Today is the day. She nervously said, what? Who is Timur Mas, Green Giant? Are you kidding me? Timur Mas, the baby that comes from cucumber. Ah, oh, I see. Oh, you're the one that had Timur Mas, baby Timur Mas in your big belly, right? Oh, it's already small. Are you kidding me? I'm not pregnant. You're driving me crazy. Finally, I destroyed their hut and searched for Timun Mas. But she already escaped. After a long run, I found her with something in her hand. She threw a marble. That marble turned into a rolling giant ball. Giant ball got into my stomach. What? I'm pregnant! Demona, my feet are bigger than yours. Just turn yourself to me. No, I'm not scared of you. My life is mine. However, just a few minutes before I cut her, she took some from her cloth and scattered it in front of me. That sound was not a big deal to me. But then it turned into a sea. So I had to swim and swim and swim with his body. Are you kidding me? I was so tired, but I can't manage to get out of the water. Once again, I almost caught her, but she scattered another thing. Wow, this kid is really something. This girl is on fire. Oh, this girl is on fire. She's walking on ceiling. It, it's silly. It's really hurt my eyes. Ah, something fell to the ground, and it becomes a thorny plant farm. I scratched my eyes, my legs, my face. I was bleeding terribly. I was getting hungrier and hungrier. So I was fed up and she scattered another thing. It's cucumber seed. Many cucumber appeared from the ground and I ate it. Boom, because I was so hungry. But then I was off asleep. Oh, I quickly chat her again. And then she scratched another thing. Oh my god. It was a block of that tree. Then it turned into a mud sea and can get out. Can get out because my feet were stuck in this mud floor. And then Timur must say to me, you have to remember this giant. Even the tiniest one like me can have power because they have engraved and fire within them. Like that. So that's how I am stuck in here and without knowing how to get out. Am I stupid? Yes. Am I pregnant? No. But I admit that Timun Mas is a really, really brave girl. Ah, ah. Alright, I will take a nap again. Goodbye, everyone. And I'm listening from heaven. Thank you for listening to my story and have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.
Alex,
All
the screen is
right.
yours.
All right. Hi, Blessing. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good today.
You're doing green? My question would be,
Yes.
what hair dye did you use to color your hair? And how will you get rid of it?
So I use spray, but it can remove the shampoo and it pewarna makanan for food coloring.
Okay, that's an A for effort. Congratulations for you.
Thank you very much.
Well, okay. Now moving on to your performance and story. How did? Okay. Well, I think judging from your first story, your first performance, your story could have been a lot more creative, a lot more mature than this. So I think with this final performance, you played it to safe because it's very important for story choice is very important when it comes to competition because you want your story to stand out from the rest of the competitions from the rest of the finalists, right? The thing with folklore is that it's a widely known story. It has some race because people know what it's gonna, they know how the story will go. So you
Okay.
need to be careful with that. Like, you could have modified a lot of things. You could have like, told the story from another perspective. I think that's
Okay.
it from me. And also the pace is kind of monotonous. Like, it could have been like you could have speed up a little in some parts, I think.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. Now move on to the next judge. Just please.
Thank you very much. I will take a notes for that and improve myself.
Can I go next?
Yes,
I think so.
Calvin.
Hi, Blessing. How you
Hello.
how do you feel? How you feel after performance?
Actually, uh I feel not really performing really maximum because I know some
Why?
parts I know some parts I made a lot of mistake, but it's okay. I
Don't.
will improve a lot
Okay, it's
more. I
okay.
mean,
Uh, what? So here's the thing. I wouldn't say that your final story is bad. No, I think you need more time to prepare yourself. 'Cause yes, it is. I wouldn't say things like this, but I don't know how to put it. But it's a messy performance, and the first one. Why would I say that? Because the first, Alex said before that your performance are kind of bit and monotone in this way is like you kind of move in a slower pace because you're trying to, I don't know whether you're trying or like you just don't remember your story that well and you're trying to make it not that obvious, but it is actually obvious. And then the story itself, yes, because your first in the preliminary is very outstanding. It is a very like what is it, different and also a bit more matured and well prepared rather than this one. Because this one is like if you want to switch the role, I think it would be better because the first one you could use that one this one as a remote mass or like the green giant, and then the second one on the final you can use your previous, because with that strategy, with that kind of strategy, it would make your stories more stand out first. The second of all, it would be some kind of improvement, right? Because first you go with a safe story, and then you can perform a bit more advanced type of story. uh I want to ask, how long did you prepare for finals, and also what makes you decide that you will prepare this story for finals?
So I prepared this final one day. So after announcement yesterday,
Mhm, mhm,
I'm looking for a story that maybe match the three words that
mhm,
contains. So
mhm,
then I found this Timun Mas, and
mhm,
it's come a help from my teacher too, my
mhm,
mentor too, and then
mhm,
because I feel that if I don't choose this story, I will more a lot not prepared to final. So I decided to choose
mhm,
the story, and
mhm,
then actually the story is no, I met a lot combination are different to make the story is more interesting. Like in Timun Mas nggak ada, in Timun Mas there are no pregnant like that,
mhm,
right? And
mhm,
then
mhm,
I just
mhm.
added because I think it was interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool because we did that a lot. I did that a lot when we were delivering, especially well-known stories, right? As we might know, Demon Mas is a well-known story. Everybody know about it, and then that's a very smart move that you are make some kind of edits, like adaptation, and also change the lore a little bit. That's fine. That's cool. But one thing that you have to uh pay attention more is that your delivery. I think your delivery needs a bit of more improvement, and also well prepared, because it's kind of a bit just a little bit too messy. I think, yeah, I think that's all for me. Kak Gigi, you can go. Thank you, Blessing.
Thank you very much.
Okay, hi, Bless from Hef. Like, what can I call you? Your name is actually very cute, but like weird in the same way. Blessing, is it Blessing?
Yes, blessing, or you can call me heaven.
Heaven. Okay. So, I would like to call you like Bless. The like the short
Okay.
one. So, I am going to give you some feedback in terms of two things. The first is your story. The second is your technique. For the technique, I think I also agree with Kak Kelvin. He explained it very well that so in your previous performance, you did a very good job. And for today, the comparison of how different it is kind of there. So we can absolutely see how different it was. And what I really want to highlight is a competition of online using so many devices, it could actually trick you because sometimes you have to not only preparing your story, not only preparing yourself, but also preparing your devices. And some of your story, some of your spoken words is actually unclear due to the voicing that you put too high pitch that your device cannot catch. Kayak gitu. Jadi, I think somehow it is safer for you to maintain your volume first. Second, to also maintain your device. So after this competition, you will understand how to work with your device, right? So it will be the
Yes.
next experience. And then the second one about your technique is most of your story is actually about you doing the dialogue. And doing a dialogue is actually quite tricky because you have to like act out two people talking, right? And somehow when you're doing a dialogue, we still need to get the connection of you as the storyteller and us as the audience. So when you are telling the story as the person or the character, you still have to face the audience while you're talking. For example, do you think I'm pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant. So you do it like both ways because that way you could create the connection. That was about the technique. And then the second is about the story. For this part, I am agree with Ka Alex. He explained it very well that choosing a well-known story is actually could be beneficial, could also be a disadvantage, because everybody knows Timun Mas, right? But the time you tell me it was about Timun Mas, I expect something like a lot. I expect something big. I expect plot twist. Turned out the plot twist that you gave me is only the joke about Buto Ijo being pregnant. And it wasn't even on the plot. It was just about the Timun Mas and then Buto Ijo joking around. And the rest of it is just the same. What I meant is, when you really want to choose a well-known story, make sure you put your own style on it. It could be on your plot, it could be your point of view. Like you're right now telling a story from the Buto Ijo perspective, right? That's good, that's great. But then you tell us, how does it feel to be betrayed by the person who has been, I don't know, you've given your apa sih itu namanya, kepercayaan, and then she betrays you, and then I'm actually hungry and someone
Right.
betray me. Yeah, this kind of thing. I think that will be more into the emotion and also the character, other than just joking around and then add up some just a slight jokes about Buto Ijo being pregnant. I think these tips could be beneficial for your next performance. If you would like to choose a well-known story, you could add up some plot twists. Maybe that's it. Kak Alex, do you want to add up?
Okay, dikit. Okay,
Yeah,
I
sure,
agree
sure.
with what Gigi said. Like, you could have just, well, I think that's a very great point. You could have just, focused on the feeling of loss and betrayals of that was felt by the mother of Timon Mas, and because I think you are a storyteller that has the gift of like emotions. I think you so like you need to know your strength. Jadi dibuat aja seakan-akan the center of the whole story itu tentang orang yang merasa dikhianati gitu loh, bukan kayak nggak harus dari awal sampai akhir. Oh, tentang Timun Mas, abis itu dia dapat dapat biji, terus abis itu jadi anak gitu loh, nggak harus kayak chronological order. You could have just focused on the feeling of loss, I guess. So yeah, thank you Kak Gigi. Maybe for the next performances you could definitely develop a story with that idea.
Okay, yes, that was as all of the educators have been agree. I hope you could perform better, and also we hope that is he out? Oh no, I'm sorry. I just lost you. So
He's still there looking green.
yeah, I know, right? With the blue background, like what? Okay.
His shade green look pretty.
So that was it from us. Hopefully our feedbacks will be beneficial for your next performance, and your performance today will be your great ticket for the championship. Can I ask you a question? Why your parents give you name Blessing from Heaven?
Okay, so my dad was actually the one who gave that name, and actually my name was not English language, it was Japanese, so it actually Nugroho Saka Swarga. But then my father think that name is not really cool, so my dad changed it into English version like that.
Oh, okay. That explains everything. I think one day when I have a son or a daughter, I will do the same.
Okay.
That's actually very cute though, and unexpected. That I thought that this name must be from another language, and then you just translate it into English. And turns out I was right, but I did not expect that it's going to be Japanese.
Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Blessing from Heaven. Hopefully your performance is also the blessing from the heaven. So we will see you around. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think the personal feedback and generalization is already done. Oh, Kak Blessing from Heaven, you can go back to the document, ya, Kak. Okay.
Oh ya panitia, sorry kalau mereka lagi ngucapin kalimatnya, kata-kata yang didapat atau kalian yang ngucapin jangan dihitung dulu ya, jangan di timer dulu. Tadi soalnya si Blessing kayaknya udah timer pas dia bilang three words-nya. Thank you.
Okay. The next participants, there is Kak Nazaha. The 3 points are castle, escape, then pass. For Kak Nazah, you can check your camera and microphone, Kak, before you start the performance.
Okay, am I audible?
A little.
You are audible, but very, very low voice.
Low.
Yeah, your voice is super low.
What about now? Am I audible?
Still low, Kak.
Still. Change.
Okay, Kak. Before we start, can you see the stopwatch on your screen, Kak?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, the committee will start the timer when you enter your first word, Kak.
Okay. I want to ask first about the audio. Wait, let me.
Okay, Kak.
Is this better now or still the same?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. All right. Wait, Dad! Before you leave, could you please buy me a new toy? I need a new one. Yeah, Dad, could you also please buy me a new teddy bear as well? I need a new one. I'm sorry, kids. I do not have time for this. I gotta go. I got tax to pay. But Dad, could you please at least promise us that you will play with us after work? I'm so sorry. I cannot promise you that. I have shift for 2 days in a row. I need to pay tax. But Dad, you're always working. Well, everyone, welcome to Avalonia. This country is in the form of castles. It may look great from the outside since the country has the style of the old European kind of thing with the buildings and the vehicles and the styles. But unfortunately, Evelinian people live far, far away from freedom. They even have like strict rules when it comes down to dress codes or hairstyles in their daily life. Not only that, they're also isolated from the outside world. Well, just think about North Korea for you to imagine. It is also really hard for them to escape since the gate was usually strictly guarded and they did not hesitate to shoot everyone who tried to escape from Evalonia. And there were still a little amount of people who can actually read in that country. This country was ruled by King Arthur, who was already ruled the Avalonia for 40 years. And then the next 5 years, he will pass it on to his son, which August. Well, actually, there were some people that did escape from Avalonia, and one of them was Nancy and Evan's grandpa. Every time their grandpa talked about Avalonia, Nancy and Evan felt sick and tired about their country. But then they remembered that their grandpa gave them both of the like mysterious kind of box, but he said they could not open it until the youngest one, or Nancy, turned 18 years old. But today was actually Nancy's 18th birthday. Well, do you want to know what inside the box? What is it? What is it? Come on, open it, bro. And after they opened the box, they got so confused as they saw inside the box, they have so many letters, and one of them was actually telling about the pens. This is not the ordinary pens. These pens absorb the information from the book and turn it into the audio files. After they spent hours listening to the pen, they found out that their grandpa was actually escaped from the Evalonia twice because he wanted to spread the information from the outside world to Evalonia. But unfortunately, their grandpa got caught by the government. Knowing that, Nancy and Evan wanted to continue the journey of their grandpa. So then they decided to read all of the letters that inside that box, and finally they found out about the escape plan from their grandpa. And the next morning, they went out and decided to run away. Okay, Nancy, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. All right, in 3, 2, 1, jump! I'm scared! After they jumped, they continued to run away. Oh my god, I can't believe this. We're actually 2 kilometers away from Evalonia. And after spending a couple of minutes later, they finally arrived at a new country called Genia country. They were so stunned by looking that country because so many people were lived happily and would becoming themselves. And then they found a place of their dream. Look, brother, look, we can find so many books there. Let's go. And then both of them went there, and when they're looking around, Nancy was stucking the pen into the books in order to absorb the material inside the books. Many kind of books like language or humanity and many more. On the other hand, Evan was focusing on the technology because he wanted to duplicate the pen. And after that, they decided to went back to Evalonia. Can you guess what happened when they get back? Well, Nancy decided to tell her best friends about what just happened. Do you want to know what happened? Long story short, the best friends kind of confused at first, but then slowly they started to understand. And then after a couple of years, Nancy continued spreading those information from outside the world. But unfortunately, one of the best friend kind of betrayed her. On the other hand, Evan was focused on duplicating the pens. But after the betrayal, the Guardian suddenly went to Nancy's place and destroyed all the pens. Little did they know, actually, the son of King Arthur, Prince August, actually had one of these. And then, knowing this, Evan and Nancy was really mad, and then they decided to do a peaceful march on the coronation day for the King August. Humanity is for everyone. Yeah, knowledge is for the better Evalonia people. Knowing this march, of course, the Guardian wanted to beat them up, but then King August saw this and they stopped them, since King August had the same mindset with them, and then King August invited them to the kingdom. And long story short, after a couple of years, Evalonia became one of the greatest country all the time. Evan become work at the technology divisions, and also Nancy work in the humanity. So by this, we know that knowledge is right for everyone. And that's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, so I think I would like to cut the time short. Langsung aja ke feedback. So, hi Nazaha. Are you ready for the feedbacks?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so each of the educators is going to give a feedback. First it's going to be me, and then followed with Kak Alex, and then Kak Kelvin. So I think it is actually not a comment. It is more like an appreciation. I believe that I saw you in another competition like couple times. Is it was it you?
Yeah, I've joined a couple of storytelling competitions.
Oh, okay. So, from what I saw of your performance, I feel like you already know your style. I feel like you already feel comfortable with the way how you tell the story, as in your personal style. So that way, once you discover the way how you could deliver a message and also a story to everyone else, you could be yourself and tell the story without even any single hesitation. So I feel like each and every part of your story today is actually really good. And not to mention that you successfully include all of the words that needed to be included. And also, here's the thing, you could represent somehow a dialogue between two people, even though using the same voice as the narrator without us being confused. And I really, really like that. I think that's the ability that you need to like maintain or perhaps made it even better. But so far, I really like your story. Somehow, your story could actually deliver a message that humanity is important, yet we, as an ordinary people, could still consume your story without feeling anxious or like too much information or anything about it. So I think your story construction is actually really good, but somehow um, you could perhaps, after you did the same thing for the next performance, you could add up some more spices on the climax. So we could highlight the climax or like feel the climax even more. Um, Other than that, here's the thing though. I feel like for the previous performance, like your preliminary round, your voice is actually too low that we have a difficulties on understanding your story. But at some other point, when you have the perfect and the right story plot, your voice is actually the main key point. So I think you should be careful of your voice because it could be an advantage for you, but it could also be the disadvantage in some condition. So yeah, I think that was all from me. Great job. And the other comments will be delivered by the other educators. Thank you so much, Nazaha.
Thank you, Kak Gigi.
Thank you, Kagigi, for the. Okay, Nasaha, let me just go through my notes. Okay, first I would like to appreciate for it's very amazing that you tell your world building early on in the story. So we know exactly how the kingdom or how the nation looks like, and the people were there. Well, like we could have like imagined vividly, like oh, the people were like this, the government was like this, and then their custom, their cultures, and everything. So I think it's very important for storytellers to kind of just lay the foundations of their story early on early on in your performance, so we know what to expect. So I would like to commend you for doing that. Out of all the four contestants so far, I think you were the only one who successfully laid out the foundations of your story early on. So yeah, like you did a very great job in that. What Kagigi said, I think I would like to piggyback on that. What she said was right. So you need to take notes from Kagigi. Yeah, but I also like I think the biggest letdown, the only letdown of the whole performance is the anti-climax of the story. Like it's the rising action is very good. It's so good, and then it ended with people marching on the streets. I don't know, not realistic to make a revolution, I guess. So berani aja sih untuk ambil resiko. Ini kan kompetisi ya. Jadi berani aja untuk membuat cerita yang kind of crazy, kind of big, karena the anti-climax was so anti-climax. That's my only criticism of the performance so far. But other than that, it's
Thank you, Kak.
Hi, hi, Azhar. Anyway, I would like to add up real quick from what Alex just said before I forgot about this one. Yes, Alex said that you can just go crazy with your story because probably you are still afraid of making this kind of story about revolution and such. But remember, once again, that this is your story. You are the master of your story, so you can make this entirely different world and probably just like creating your own rules, right? So bear that in mind. This is your story. You have the full control about it. I don't have much to say rather than I like your story. You have a really nice flow, of course, except for the climax here. Uh, on the story, no problem about it, but probably on the performance itself, somehow, in some kind of or in some part of your performance, I kind of found uh, a bit. I don't know whether you kind of bit nervous about the timing, not, but it is kind of a bit distracting. So you can emphasize maybe changes of emotion, like so your story doesn't like feeling in a same monotone story. What else? Yeah, I think that's all from me. Is there any question from you?
For me, that's clear enough. Thank you, Kak.
All right, cool. I think that's all. Good luck, Nasa.
Thank you so much, Kak.
Okay, I think the personal feedback and Q&A session is already done. To Naza, you can go back to breakout room ya, Kak. We will move to the next participant ya, Kak. There is Kak Yohanes. The 3 points of Kak Yohanes are yard, escape, and mirror.
Test. Am I audible?
Yes, Kak.
Okay.
Can you see the stopwatch on your screen, Kak?
Yeah, I can see the stopwatch.
Okay. The committee will start the timer when you enter your first word, ya, Kak?
Okay, thank you. Okay. Stephen was the prince that lived in a prosperous, huge, and magical kingdom. His father, the king, taught him, his only child, enthusiastically. So in the future, he would be a better version of himself and he would be the next king of his generation to come. However, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen grew up as an arrogant person. He tends to flex his strength, his face, his intelligence, and these kind of things made his father very angry. Thus, his father had an idea. One day, his father told Stephen to do some exploring in their huge and forbidden yard that located near their palace. However, there's a catch. This yard is unusual. It's known for its weirdness. You could see trees flying around, cottage moving by its own, and if you're lucky enough, you could see goblins walking by. At first, Stephen was scared, but he did that anyways because his father was very mad at him. On his way, when he was looking at those trees flying around, stumbled upon the rat-colored river, and he even stumbled upon Rumpelstiltskin walking by. However, his attention was put intensively in the mirror that located in the middle of the yard. When he looked and when he saw the mirror, he was in awe with his reflection. He was in awe with the amazingness. He saw his so handsome, so muscly, so demure. And when he touched his reflection, he realized that he could walk past through it. And when he did that, he was shocked because he was teleported into the goblin's world. When he wanted to go back, it was too late. There's no escape because the mirror just turned into a smaller version of itself. And this mirror spoke to him. The mirror said that he must prove to the mirror that he's worthy enough so he could go back and escape this world to his own world. But he was confused. What should he do? There's nothing to be changed. Ladies and gentlemen, time passes by and Stephen changed. And turns out goblins weren't that bad after all. Those goblins taught him how to play, how to pray, how to be humble and kind, and he even got a girlfriend named Guinea. One day, there was a dragon attacking their village. Without hesitation, he took his sword, he fought the monster, and finally he succeeded to behead the dragon's head. Everyone applauded him, praised him. And then he took the mirror. He spoke to the mirror. Mirror, mirror on my hands, am I worthy enough to escape this world and go back to my world? No, you're not worthy enough. On the next day, there were a bunch of villains abducting the goblin's children. Without hesitation, he ran as fast as he could. He punched with his bare own fist, and he succeeded to help those goblins, and everyone loved him so much. He told everything to his mirror, and you know what the mirror said? No, the mirror said that he's not worthy enough yet. After listening to the same answer twice, he was so sad, deeply in grief, knowing that he wouldn't be able to escape this world and go back to his home. However, just because he's sad doesn't mean he gave up. He wiped his tears and he told to himself that he would do whatever it takes so he could go back to his world and live with his father. And all of a sudden, there was an earthquake. There were a bunch of titans escaping from the prison, attacking the goblin's world. Without hesitation and with the determination that he had, he took his sword, he fought with the titan. The fight shook the ground. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, amazingly, he succeeded to behead the titan's head and he saved the goblin's world. He told this to the tiny mirror, and then the mirror responded to him. Yes, my son, you're worthy enough to go back. Ladies and gentlemen, he just realized that turns out the guy who's talking with him through the mirror was his father all along. His father wanted him to change, and he did. When he wanted to go back to his world happily, he realized that he already had a girlfriend here, and he's pretty sure that his parents wouldn't allow him to marry the goblin. So he decided to stay here in this dimension, exploring the wilderness with his love, and lived happily ever after. Thank you, and See you next time.
Okay, thank you, Johannes, for your performance. Okay, I would start by I appreciate how you introduce your character very early in the beginning, so we know how he is, his attitude, and his motive in the story. I don't think I have much to say. Maybe the other judges will have comments for you. Well, I think that's my only. Well, I think that's my only comment from you. Moving on to another judges, please, Kak Kelvin. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
All right, Johannes.
Hi,
Yeah,
Calvin.
don't call me that.
Right, cool.
All right, so yep. Actually, I don't have really much to say about your story. Your story is actually quite okay. No, it's quite good actually because you managed to use all the three words accordingly. That's good. And I was wondering, my first initial question is, I was wondering, are there any people behind your screen?
To be honest, no.
Exactly.
No people there. Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
That's
That's
first.
okay.
Yep. And then second of all, did I miss the part in your story when you mentioned the girlfriend earlier before the ending?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, so that I have must missed it. It's okay. Then moving on. So yeah, I think the only problem is that that's first your eye contact, and then the second one is probably the story itself a bit rushing a little bit in the end, like the resolution, because when the conflict is done, and then you just like rushing up, like make it because you want to go back, and then but you already have a girlfriend here, and then you don't want to go back, and then he just live here now, live happily ever after, and then exploring the wilderness. Right. I think you can make it just a little bit more smoother, but that's just a technical issue. I think that's all for me. There's not much to say anyway. Good job, this one. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alf. Yeah.
Okay, hi Johannes.
Halo, Kak Gigi.
Okay, do not give me that smile, okay? I
Sure,
do not
sure.
accept the flirting from the
Oh
participants,
my God.
okay? Maybe we can do the flirting outside this competition.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
So,
Carry on.
What's going on? What's going on?
nothing is going on.
Nothing.
Nothing is going on,
Nothing is
okay?
going on.
Gigi is known as the most popular adjudicator in for every guy. So like,
I
Applause to
mean,
Kak Gigi.
who can deny it? Like, okay. Anyway,
Anyways, yeah.
So Johannes, I also saw your face in so many other competition, like storytelling competition. Means that, first of all, I would like to appreciate your persistency in joining a lot of storytelling competition. Yet, I feel like in this competition, especially this round, there are several things that could be done better. Okay, so Calvin has already said, Calvin has already talked about the eye contact, and at some point, the previous round, you also did that when you were recording on the video. You actually pay attention on like the unseen
Oh, the
audience
screen.
instead of the camera. I mean, of course, it will be more engageable when you do it like offline competition, but in online competition, you still have to like position yourself as the person who do video conference while telling the story, right? So I
Sure.
think you should pay attention on that next time when you want to join the storytelling competition.
Sure.
Okay, and then the second thing is about your story. The second thing is about your story. I was thinking the part when you tell us about the turns out the one who is speaking is the father. I was
Yeah.
actually expected that turns out tadi kamu ngomongin tentang apa? The capability of the person.
The capability of the person. I beg
What
your
is it?
pardon.
You're not good enough, this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. to
Yeah.
prove to the mirror that he's worthy enough to go back to his world.
Yes, yes, yes. I feel like it will be better if you say that the word of you're not worth enough doesn't exist. Because by the time you think yourself as the person who could do anything to defend yourself, you are worth enough. Kayak gitu.
That was actually pretty good. Oh my god.
Yes.
Didn't I think about that?
I was
Very
actually
good.
thinking, okay, what is going on? What's going on? And then the
Yeah.
person who is saying is like the father. What? Okay,
I
yeah,
know.
this kind of thing. So, perhaps you are missing of the detail which is talking about the moral value, not merely about moral value, but more like what message you could deliver through your story, right? So, I think this part is crucial because you are from a varsity level, means that you have to be more careful on delivering a story, not only just a story itself, but also a message. Kayak gitu. I think for next time when you're about to do storytelling, when you're about to, I don't know, entering the storytelling world, you have to pay attention on those things. Kayak gitu. But
Sure.
Johannes, overall, you did a very good job, and yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, Kak Gigi.
Yeah, I want to adapt a little bit. I just want to ask,
Mhm.
what inspired you to make this story?
The worthy test of Hercules, if you have ever heard of that story. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just continuing from what Kak Gigi said, right? When you got inspired of the story and you already, well, I've seen you a lot of competition. I believe that you understand that making a story can you can do whatever it is like to make it more not cliche. So you're trying to prove your worth in this story. You're trying to prove your worth, right? But then the cliche part is that he saved the world and then it makes him worth of back again to his home, right? But
Yeah.
what not make it cliche as like what just Kak Gigi said, like make it like different, make it like more, what is it, dramatic? Like
I
make it more,
I would
yeah,
like to say touching
yeah, more like
or
touching. Just like worth is not something that you can prove. Worth is not blah blah blah, or like just make it more touchy. I think, yeah,
All right.
yeah. I think that's all. Good luck for
Okay.
whatever
Thank
it
you,
is,
all.
your result.
Thank you. Thank you. So
All right. I think the personal feedback and kinesthesis is already done. For Kak Johannes, you can go back to reading room ya, Kak.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
We will move to the next participants ya, Kak. There is Kak Salomita Gasha. The 3 points are forest, sad, and mirror.
Hello.
Halo Kak, you can recheck your camera and microphone ya Kak before start the performance.
Okay. Damat. Yeah. Good enough.
Yeah. Can you see the stopwatch on your screen Kak?
Yeah.
Okay. The committee will start the timer when you enter your first word ya Kak.
Okay. Oh, my word is mirror, forest, and sad. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the prettiest witch in this forest, but no one ever looked my real face without this beautiful mask I wear. My name is Charlotte. The mirror is my most hated thing in this world. I lived in this quiet forest. I was known as a witch who was crazy about beauty.
I've done everything to make my beauty long lasting. I even used the dangerous whitening chemical on my face. But there are one that I've never tried yet. Taking a bath with a pretty and young girl's blood. So the idea to kidnap the prettiest princess in the village and kill her so that I can take her blood. That's why the night I sneaked into the castle and I saw Princess Amanda, pretty girl and the smartest princess in the castle. So I gave her the sleeping dust so that she would not awake when I took her. In the morning, I prepared everything that I needed to cook Amanda. Suddenly, she's awake. Oh, wait, Charlotte, let me out of here. Oh, what's in the way? Be calm, darling. It's not gonna be that bad. I knew that Amanda is a smart and brave girl, but I already have a knife in my hand and ready to stab her. But suddenly, there's a voice in my head saying like, no, I couldn't be this mean. Suddenly, Amanda walked closely to me from behind and she got my mask. I'm really curious with your face. He was so shocked looking at my face. What are you doing, Amanda? I won't leave. Amanda took a mirror from her pocket. Everybody knew that I hated her. Stop it, Amanda. Don't walk closer. What's wrong? It's only a mirror. Nobody died because of a mirror. What? Mary? Well, you want to know what happened to me? When I was young, I used to be the prettiest girl in a village. I used to be obsessed with my face. Every day, I always bring this mirror in my pocket to see my face every minute. I have a twin. Her name is Mary. She's also beautiful, but she was very different from me. She doesn't care about beauty. But I still love her. One afternoon, I was so bored, so I asked Mary if she would accompany me on a walk in the forest. Mary, let's walk in the forest. Oh, but Charlotte, it's cloudy outside. Let's just stay here. Oh, Mary, please. All right, fine. Let's go. We walked through the forest. Suddenly, it's raining. So we ran and tried to get back. But when I look back, Mary's not there. She's gone. Suddenly, someone broke my mouth, kidnapped me. And after that, I saw the mysterious witch tying Mary in a tree. I walked closer to the witch. Let Mary go. I said, let Mary go. You want your sister back? Well, it's too late, darling. When I walked closer to her, she scratches my face. So I ran to the village. Everybody blamed me because of Mary's death. Even my parent put me in an orphanage because they hated me. They thought that I was the only one who killed Mary. And the people in the orphanage, they bullied me. They called me the Wicked Witch. And since then, I hated to see my face in the mirror because it reminded me of Mary and my horrible face. I can't see my beautiful face with these scratches. So I decided to use this mask that I found in the orphanage. And I ran away to the forest. And that's where I become obsessed over dark, powerful magic that could bring my beauty back. Charlotte, I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, you know, everyone look beautiful just the way they are. I know that you have a big scar on your face and everybody blames you because of your sister. But I feel like you are really beautiful and kind-hearted inside. I felt really better to hear that. And that's how I rise up from my dark time. And everyone remember that everyone is beautiful just the way we are. And the most important is our heart that radiates kindness and love. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Shalomita.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to give the first comment from the judges. Well, Shalomita, I'm very sorry. I think there are some things that are not clear for me. So, who turns out to be the bad witch?
Actually, yeah. But so in my story, she is evil because her past. So actually, she's a kind-hearted girl, but she become evil because of her past.
Okay, but well, I think the other judges you could later add on, or maybe you could disagree with me, or the thing is I couldn't quite catch from your story. So which one was the girl who turned out to be the bad witch? Is it Amanda? Is it Mary? I don't know. So I guess it's not very clear for me. The thing that made the story not clear for me was that there was too much dialogue going on. So it's very hard to tell like which one is which one is the girl, which one is the other girl. When I think one of the most important aspects in storytelling is the clarity of the story. So I guess you need to be more clear with with the characters, with the pace and everything. And also I think the tone and also the vibe and everything from the story was very tense from the beginning to the end. It needs more dynamics. It needs like slow down. It has to speed up a little. It needs like rising action. I guess like the pace of the story was like very high from the very beginning to the end. So I couldn't like tell which part is the climax, which part is who is Mary, who is Amanda. Like it's kind of not clear for me. But you have like very good facial expressions. You have very good gestures and also performances. It's just a story that was not clear for me and your weakness point. I would like to welcome Kak Gigi and Kak Calvin. If you have, if you disagree with me or maybe it's clear for you, you could have just, like criticize me too. Thank you, Shalomita.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Shalamita.
Hello.
Okay, so uh, I just realized that in the end of the story, that in the middle part of the story is that the backstory of the witch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I'm not getting, like the transition. Yes, just what Alex said. So the your story is kind of bit jumpy from one to another. So in the first beginning, I get, oh, this is a story of the witch that wearing a mask, but I did not realize that there's a transition after that, that reimagining or the explanation of why she became the bad witch. which actually that would be clear. That should be clear enough because you're making like alur mundur and also like alur maju, right? When you are trying to retract and then telling the backstory of the witch, I think you should make it more clear because I get like because in the end of the story, I was just realizing like, oh, that was the backstory, or like, is it the backstory? So when you're telling the story, you have to like make as if there will be like anticipation of there will be no question that left in for your audiences, right? So your audience will not left wondering like, so who's the girl, like who is the bad guy or who is the witch? Uh, my notes for you or my suggestion for you in your next performance is that maybe like make it a clear translation or maybe a clear narration because you have quite a lot dialogue in your story. Like I think you should reduce that a little bit, make more narration and explain the plot even better. I think that's all
Okay.
from me. Okay. Thank you.
You.
Okay, so Selomita, I think Kak Alex and also Kak Kelvin have made a very great point, and I just want to add up some points to help or like to prove why they're right, kayak gitu. So, the first thing is I do also agree. Jadi kayak dari awal Kak Alex fail to understand your story, like who is the bad guy and everything. And then Kak Kelvin say, because of that, because Kak Alex failed to understand your story, it ended up to make a realization that your story is kind of jumpy. Okay, and then the only one thing that I could add up is why everybody is so confused, that it also made us even more confused adalah your devices. I'm not really sure whether you realize it or not, but by the time your pitch kind of high, your devices is actually lowering your volume. Jadi kayak tadi itu
Oh.
semakin kamu teriak, itu suaramu semakin hilang kayak gitu. Nah, karena di beberapa part itu kamu turn to yelling, like you express yourself as this person to be like very angry, your voice is kinda not there gitu. Dan sayangnya itu adalah important part gitu. Jadi itulah mengapa kita tuh gagal memahami cerita kamu di beberapa part. Itu yang pertama.
Oh.
Terus yang kedua adalah, so I have 3 points. The first point is like your devices, and then the second point is your gesture. Jadi gini, your story is actually about the face and also why apa itu namanya, scratch is actually make you look bad, but actually the most beautiful thing is from your inside. Itu tuh akan terdeliver very well. The main point adalah wajahmu kan, your face, because this is the main part gitu. Bahkan di sini aja wajahmu tuh sudah apa itu namanya, terlukis gitu kan, udah kasih mark gitu kan. Tapi kita tuh gagal mengenali facial expression kamu. Kita tuh gagal melihat itu semua tuh literally gagal. Kenapa? Because first, you're wearing a mask. Wearing a mask is actually a good point for your story, yet itu bisa mengurangi poin kamu soalnya kamu akan menutupi wajahmu gitu. Padahal poinnya storytellingnya adalah facial expression kamu. Akhirnya gagal kan. Di awal-awal kita nggak bisa dapet tuh. Yang kedua, kan kamu sudah menggambari nih itu wajahmu pakai tinta merah atau apa itu. Terus di banyak part kamu tuh melakukan kayak gini. Stop looking at my face gitu. It resulted to us, again, fail to understand your facial expression. We only felt the anger through your rage gitu, dari emosi kamu. Tapi facial expressionnya gagal didapatkan. I am sure that this is quite apa ya, crucial, but it's fine, it's totally okay karena ya this is your like jumping point. Siapa tahu kamu akan melakukan yang terbaik setelah dapat feedback ini.
Freeze.
Am I nge-freeze?
Jadi kan aku nunggu karena ngomongnya nggak ada luka ini. Luka ini kan
Oke,
Mas Haji
kemudian
Digrau. Dia yang ngomongin.
yang ketiga
nge-freeze sih.
adalah
Oh, oke. Sorry
Oke.
tadi nge-freeze.
ya nggak apa-apa. Kemudian yang
Sorry.
ketiga adalah the message of your story is actually pretty good. Bahwa kamu mengatakan beauty itu not from the face, but from what you did, from the heart, kayak gitu kan. Tapi we fail once again to understand because you are too busy doing the dialogue that showing your anger gitu loh. That's why ketika kamu too busy with yourself, kita tuh gagal memahami ceritanya. What is the main point? What is the main message? Gitu. Perhaps next time when you're doing storytelling, you could focus on not only the way how you act, but how you also deliver the message and get engaged with the audience. Dan itu pesanmu bagus banget. That beauty came from the inside and face is just nothing gitu. Tapi kita fail karena kita udah nggak dengar ceritamu itu tadi siapa kayak gitu. Akhirnya kayak meh gitu. Efeknya tuh kayak gitu ke kita semua. Mungkin itu aja sih. I believe that you are going to be a great storyteller. Kayak your facial expression is great, body language juga also okay, but you just miss some point in this part. Kayak gitu aja. So, Selo, do you have any question?
No, but actually for apa yang aku nutupin muka, it's because dari awal emang belum ada lukanya, and lukanya baru ada waktu ending when apa dia masih muda di scratch itu karena Shallow ada eyeshadow di sini. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, see, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I think
Maybe you should like point out the differences. Kayak from the beginning there are nothing, but then after you scratch it there is something kayak gitu. Kak Alex, do you want to add up?
sebenarnya kelihatan sih Kak Gigi tadi pada saat dia transisi itu sebenarnya kelihatan. Cuma the thing yang membuat kita nggak sadar mungkin signifikansi dari behavior itu apa gitu dalam cerita.
True, yeah.
Jadinya kayak oh iya berubah, like kostumnya berubah sih. Cuma signifikansi dalam ceritanya kayaknya kurang dapet gitu. Gitu
Yeah,
sih.
that's right. Perhaps all of us, kita semua, are failing to understand your story at some point, but it is all somehow completely unpuzzled gitu loh. Jadinya dia nggak menjadi satu kayak gitu. Mungkin itu aja yang bisa kita kasih komen. I feel like there are still a lot of room for improvement. So please promise me you're going to join more storytelling competition and be greater storyteller than today. Kayak gitu aja. Thank you so much, Selo. Hopefully we can see you somewhere else.
Thank you, Cello.
Okay. I'm sorry for the next participant. We'll use the same device, so I gonna rename it this.
Okay. Thank you so much for amazing insight, kakak-kakak. We will move to the next participants. There is Kenny McLaurin. The 3 points are yard, heavy, and ball.
Kak, ini pakai yang device sebelumnya.
Okay.
I will use share device, Kak. Thank you.
Can we check your microphone and camera ya, Kak? Wait ya, kakak-kakak.
Hello, Kak. I will rename first, yeah.
So while the participant getting ready, do you guys mind telling me once again what are the words? I didn't catch it.
Are the words, the three words about yard, happy, and
Yard, happy, and
bold.
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 Oh, ball.
Yeah.
The ball. Okay.
The committee will start the timer when you deliver your first word, ya, Kak?
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom named Tang. The king and queen had a daughter named Rapunzel. She was supposed to be the next leader of the kingdom and come to play date with prince from other kingdom. But instead, she was subjects to become a pro player in mobile game, just like her idol, Just Know It. One day in her room, she was having a talk with her mom. No, mother, they are all ugly and stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. The queen replied, Oh, Rapunzel, who else do you want to meet? We have Alumni and Nicola Sandra for the next blind days, and you refuse them all? Shut up, Mom. You distract me. I'm gonna lose the game. The queen yelled at Rapunzel. Princess Rapunzel? Oh, the fish. I lost the game, and it's because of you. She ran away from the palace and found a tall castle tower. She was curious. Oh, what is this? Oh, looks like a nice hideout place. I can play a game peacefully here. She walked upstairs where she met. Oh, hi, princess. Oh, hi. Sorry, I thought this place was unoccupied. Mother Gothel, the evil witch that obsessed to rule the kingdom. She devised a plan to use Rapunzel game addiction. Oh, Princess Gothel, what's bringing you here? Actually, I need my personal space. Playing games makes me happy, but my parents are against it. Sometimes I wish I was not a princess. Oh, you can stay here and do whatever you want, princess. I wish, but it's impossible. I had to be the queen for the kingdom, you know. Well, I really wanted to help you. Well, actually, the magic in your hair can make me look like you. So I can go to the palace and you can enjoy your time there without anybody knowing. Well, it's a crazy idea. Wait, what? That's brilliant, Mother Gata. Let's do that, will you? Mother Gata took a strand of Rapunzel's magic hair and made her exactly the same as Rapunzel. She gave her a new cage and went to the palace pretending to be Rapunzel. At the palace, the queen was so worried. Rapunzel, where have you been? Gretel, in Rapunzel persona, started to act. Mom, I'm sorry. I will listen to you from now on. After that, she would kill the king and queen after the coronation. Meanwhile, in the castle, Rapunzel played games days and nights. And now she started to miss her family, and she realized that what she did was wrong. She tried to return back to her palace, but Gretel had blocked the castle and blocked all the internet apps. Now she knew Gretel's evil plan. All those days watching from the window, all those years living in a blur, all that time never even knowing just how light I feel. At the same time, there is a prince named Flint camped around the castle yard. He thought Rapunzel came out and he tried to fight it. Hello, hello, anybody there? Oh yes, please help me. Look here. Rapunzel, what are you doing there? I still remember how you ignored me on the blind date. Please, I'll explain later. Please, don't bring back to my palace. No, please. Flynn and Rapunzel go to the palace at the coronation day. Everybody was confused that there were two Rapunzel. Mom, everybody, I'm the real Rapunzel. She's a witch. She has an evil plan. She's talking nonsense. Arrest her. Just then, the king stepped in and said, this magic ball will reveal who are my real daughters. Touch it, and the magic shall show who you. The magic was light on the Rapunzel head and darkened on Gretel's head. Gretel started back into the old Gretel's. After all of this, she was jailed, and Rapunzel coronated to be the new queen. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm too selfish for abandoning all of this. I promise I will spend more time with you and with hard people. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad. Rapunzel, it's okay to have passion in cake, but you also have responsibility. Just keep it balanced, honey. Don't let your screen time eliminate your family time, okay? Rapunzel ruled the kingdom very well. She became a wise queen, and Tangled Kingdom became more developed because she used the technology in a good way. I'm Yemima Floridanata. Thank you for your attention.
Yay! Thank you so much. So, remind me, guys, who are the first judges who's going to comment? Is it me or is it Kelvin? It's me?
You can go first.
Oh yeah, okay. So, hi Florian.
Hi.
To be honest, throughout your performance, I was wondering what type or what shade is your lipstick because it looked gorgeous on you. So,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Well, anyway, I would like to comment first thing first about the technique of your storytelling. I realized that you do a lot of dialogue, right? And I think I should remind you that doing a 45-degree angle is the most perfect one. Like you're not merely just like facing this side, but you are doing this side. That way, we could still see your facial expression, and also you are still acting of talking with the character in your story. I think about the technique is that thing only. Now I'm going to comment on your story. So somehow, some point, your story is actually a combination between, I'll like to say, Rapunzel and also Black Swan. Is it right? Like Black
No.
Swan and also White Swan yang dia kayak kembar, satunya jahat, satunya baik gitu.
No, it's from Rapunzel.
Oh,
Only
really?
from Rapunzel. Yeah.
Ah, but you did a little plot twist, is it? Was it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, those plot twists just remind me of that story of Black Swan and also White Swan. So it's kind of familiar, but it's still okay. It's still acceptable. But then, the next thing I would like to comment is, somehow I feel like you are doing the story that is safe. What I mean is, this is a type of story that you will deliver to a kid, to a children, that you will tell them the moral lesson, which the moral lesson is clear. Something is bad is always when bad, and something good will result it into something even better. kayak gitu. And somehow your story is not bad, but I kind of expect something more, kayak gitu. So, I feel like I would like to say a natural for your story, a neutral, natural, yeah, that thing. But a little spices would be sangat-sangat, yeah, perhaps. And then that's about the story, okay? Also about the aspect of your story. Cerita Rapunzel itu identik dengan apa sih? Dengan rambutnya dia yang panjang. Even your hair right now is like you add up some flowers for your hair, expected it will be represent the real hair of Rapunzel. So I kind of think that as a Rapunzel, you could add up some more hair thing. Jadi kayak misalkan apa yang sudah dia perbuat dengan rambutnya ketika dia main game, atau apa yang sudah dia lakukan dengan rambutnya, bahkan ketika Mother Gothel meniru dia, kayak gitu. Misalkan, I can prove you that I am the right girl because my hair is actually this, and she's not because she's the fake one, kayak gitu-gitu. So, I would like to say you are very safe with this story. Yet, for the next competition, when you go through the final, you could add up some more. Okay, so I think that was my feedbacks. Perhaps Kak Kelvin also Kak Alex will give you even better feedbacks. So yeah, thank you so much. Congratulations, Florin.
Thank you.
Hi, Florian.
Very good.
So, what's your lips shade?
I actually don't know. It's my mouth.
That's your mom. Okay, we will contact your mom after this. Anyway, yeah, actually, your story is good. So you have your own base story, right? You already have your initial story to deliver with, and then you kind of recycle and then edit it, and then you make some plot twist, which is actually good. But I only have one. It's just one note that is continuation from Kak Gigi is that I wish I wish that you could showcase more the original idea of Rapunzel having long hair, like the magical hair, or even if it's not magical, at least you can make it like the original long hair because that's the iconic of the Rapunzels, right? But when you are like only using the name Rapunzel and then you just name the character as uh characters in Rapunzel's story, it's just like you make a whole different story, but use their names, right? But what you want to do here is that you want to make the story Rapunzel to become something else, to represent something else, or to deliver a new perspective, new story. Yeah, but when you do that, don't please still make the initial iconic things that came from the original idea. Just like Cinderella have a glass slipper, Rapunzel have long hair, and Snow White has apple. Oh, yeah, I think something like that. I think you got the point there. But I think that's all from me. Good job, and wish you good luck.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you, Kak Calvin and Kak Gigi. I think pretty much what I want to say have been represented by Kak Gigi and Kak Calvin. I would just like to comment. I like how you put like some pop culture reference, to make the story fresh. So I like that. The story for me is kind of clear. Well, I mean, I can understand the story really well. It's just, yeah, for me, like in the third act, there's like a crystal ball, right? To tell which one is the
Yeah.
true Rapunzel, which one is not. I guess it needed some foreshadowing before that because I kind of think that it was very abrupt. There was a ball that could tell which one was Rapunzel, which one is not. Karena tiba-tiba ada ball gitu. Jadi menurutku kurang realistis dan kayak apa ya? Tiba-tiba ada gitu di insert aja dalam story. So I don't know, like probably you could have mentioned, oh, there was a crystal ball that was magical early in the story, kayak oh ini ada nih ball yang punya peranan penting jadi device yang menggerakkan cerita. di apa ya, di first act or second act. Jangan tiba-tiba muncul di belakang sih menurutku. Thank you, Florin. That's all from me.
Thank you, Kak.
Okay, I think the personal feedback and communication is already done. For Florin, you can go back to waiting room ya, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Kak.
We will move to the next participant. There is Faiz, Muhammad Faiz. For the 3 points are yard, outward, and forward.
One more time. What are the words?
The words are yard,
Yard.
outward, and thought.
Alpart. What is it?
Outward. Canggung Kak, canggung. Outward.
Oh, awkward. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
outward. And
The yard, awkward, and forest. Okay.
And forest.
Painting, Kak, painting. Yard, awkward, and painting. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Can you see the stopwatch on the screen, Kak?
Yes.
Committee will start the timer when you enter the first word, ya, Kak.
Okay. Can I start now? Hello everyone, my name is Faiz from Mantu, Pekanbaru, and today I'm going to tell you a story about the magic 8 ball. In a lively town, there was a boy called Tom. Tom was a very creative kid because he always expressed his feelings throughout his favorite canvas. Because since he was little, he always painted everything that he saw and what he felt. But Tom was actually a very introvert kid and he always all alone. The feeling that he ever felt was just bored, sometimes sad, or sometimes he could be happy. Oh, and do you know that yesterday was Tom's 12th birthday? Yay, happy birthday, Tom! But one day, while Tom was still in his classroom, a girl approached him. Hey, Tom! Oh, happy birthday, by the way. I'm Lila, and there's something that I need to tell you about. I have a crush on you. Do you want to be my boyfriend? Tom was shocked because he never heard something like this before. He didn't know what to feel. Confused, but he was not that confused. Afraid? Absolutely not. Then what is this feeling? Then Tom smiled at Lila and scratched his head. Thanks, I guess. Lila, I don't know what to say, but I like you too, but as classmates, and nothing special. But it doesn't mean that I don't like you. I like you very much, but it's just, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go. Tom then left the classroom and left poor Lila all behind. Then, a few hours later, Tom went straight to his house, took his canvas and ink, and went straight to the big yard next